Hey everybody, TJXC here. Welcome to this channel. I have here an updated Spiral Knightmare deck profile, and I have another 2-card combo for y'all. Before we get started, I've been on a long hiatus, so sorry about that. Doing a lot of traveling. Traveling is one of my other, I guess you could say, hobbies or passion that I have, and so I've been doing a lot of that lately, so I haven't been really doing some of my Yu-Gi-Oh things, so I apologize for that. If you guys were looking forward to more tutorials, with that said, I am here with one now, so hopefully you guys like it. Yeah, let's get started with the deck here. We are starting off with 3 Ash Blossoms. Nowadays, you have to play Ash Blossom. If you don't play it, I don't know how you are gonna survive in this game, because this game is evolved to the point where it's just so fast, and a lot of power cards are just so good, and you have to have Ash Blossom to stop it. And so Ash Blossom stops a lot of things, which is always really good. It stops a lot of meta decks and rogue decks together. So these are good. I would recommend getting a playset for yourself. If you can't get yourself secrets, go ahead and get yourself an Ultra or Super from Shadows of Valhalla. Those only run about, I think, 20 bucks a piece right now. So if you can't afford paying 45 like one of these, then go ahead and get yourself a Super or an Ultra. I personally like secrets just because I like my high rarity cards, so they're secrets for that reason. So your next cards will be 2 Ghost Spells. These 2 are also really good. The reason why I'm playing 2 is so that they can stop your opponent's cards, such as Call by the Grave. That card really hurts if you're playing hand traps. The reason why I'm playing these is so that it can guarantee that your other hand traps resolve. I don't want to play too much of these 2. I don't want to play her at 3 because I just feel as though 3 maybe is a little too much. I don't want to draw into it that much, so that's why I'm playing 2. You guys are more than welcome to cut these out, not even play them at all, or maybe up to 3, I don't know. Let me know how that goes. Or play it at 1, I don't know. It's your choice. Next, you're just playing 1 Ghost Ogre. This is just so that you can pop things and hit things. Right now it's pretty good to hit Dragon Diagram. There's been a surge of True Draco players recently, so this is pretty good against that. This, you can also hit the Firewall Dragon when the gold case is going up and they have the Firewall Dragon. You can still hit that if anything, so that's pretty good. Moving forward, you're playing 2 Drone Lockbirds. This card is just so good in this meta right now that you kind of just have to main deck it. I mean, you can choose to not play it and play something else, but for me, I chose to play a Drone Lockbird. Next, you're playing the Gamma package. 1 Siphon Driver, Siphon Great Gamma, and here's your 3rd copy. So you're playing your Gamma package. It's just so good when you play Spiral Resort, and if they're playing Ghost Ogre and they activate it and you have this in hand, you just activate Gamma, and then you negate the Ghost Ogre or whatever card they're playing, and then you just make Cypher Rainbow or an Omega to rip another card off of their hand. It's just so good. So now going to the Spiral cards. You're all playing 3 Super Agents. Pretty standard. You're playing 3 Toughs. That's pretty standard. It's good for going second too, for popping stuff, breaking your opponent's board. And then your 1-of monsters in your deck. You're playing Spiral Last Resort, Knightmare After Italy, Drone, Quick Fix, Master Plan, and Sleeper. Those are your 1-ofs. And onto your spells, you're playing Last Resort, and to go with that, you're playing 3 Terraformings. So essentially, you're playing 4 copies of Spiral Resort. And that's that. You're playing 2 Foolish Bird Goods. I'm just playing 2. I don't want to play 3. I feel like 3 adds more consistency, but sometimes you just don't want to see more than 1 in your hand, and so that's why I'm opting to play 2 instead. The 1 Big Red, and these are your 1-ofs. So 1 Big Red, 1 for 1, Foolish Burial, Monster Reborn, Soul Charge, and Reinforcements of the Army. Those are your 1-of spells in your deck. And this is your Spiral mission package. You're going to be playing 1 mission assault and 3 Spiral mission rescues. 3 can be cloggy. Only reason why I'm playing 3 in this deck right now is so that I can do the combo that I'm going to show you guys. Otherwise, go ahead and cut 1 mission out and just play with these 3, because with those 3s you can still do some pretty good combos. You can check out some of my other videos. Check out, you know, the Spiral combos 1 through 5. Any of those combos usually generally will use just at least 2 missions and 1 assault, and that will get you there. Moving forward to your extra deck, pretty standard. You're playing 2 double helix, just so that if one dies, you have the other one as a backup. Sometimes you can get to the grind game and the other one does come up. Otherwise, you know, you can probably even cut one out. I mean, your choice. It's really your choice. And this is your Knightmare lineup. Unicorn, Goblin, Mermaid, Griffin, Phoenix. These are pretty standard. You can, for this combo, we are playing Griffin in our extra deck. Otherwise, if you don't want to do this combo, you're, you know, opting for a different combo or a different strategy, then I would take the Griffin out, because you really make the Griffin. But if you can make it, it's great. It's really good. And it's just some other cards in your extra deck. So you're going to be playing Underclock Taker, Firewall Dragon, Trigate Wizard, Linkuribo, Borlo Dragon, because making a Borlo Dragon to take your opponent's Borlo Dragon is just so good. And the new addition, Borsword Dragon. This card is so good at OTKing that it's crazy. It's crazy. And that's it for all your Link monsters. You're playing the 1 Ciphering Lord Omega, just because you have, you know, Gammas in your deck for that reason. 1 Omega. Last of all, you're playing the 1 Gaga Cowboy. The Cowboy is just there for Cowboy for game, you know. Burn for, what is it, I think 800. Yeah, 800. It makes a huge difference nowadays, especially with the new and procedure rule, where, you know, if you have higher life points than your opponent, you just win. So if you're in your main phase and somehow the, you know, time's been called and it's your turn, you just make him. Somehow you get a, if you can get 2 level 4 monsters in the field and you just make Cowboy, then you just win. That's crazy. So, alright, so moving towards your side deck, we are playing 2 evenly matched. I'm not playing 3 because, I don't know, I just feel like now I don't really need 3. That's why I'm playing 2. Your choice. If you want to play, you can play 3. This cards used to be kind of expensive. Used to be like about 50, 60 a pop. Now it's about like 30. With the reprint coming soon, it's probably gonna drop a little bit more. Who knows? I've heard that cards like this is probably short printed too in the tins. I don't know. It's your call if you want to get them now or get them later when they're maybe cheaper. But it's a really good card to go against Ultra guys and decks that really overextend, and you just drop this on them and you probably win. You will probably win that game. If you lose, I don't know what to say. 2 Twin Twisters, 4 back row. You're also playing 3 red reboots. So this card is so good. This card stops like any trap heavy deck. So with what I said earlier about, you know, the resurgence of True Draco and all that, and they're playing so many floodgates, this will probably just win you the game. Like, seriously, you side this against True Draco and I guarantee you your success rate against them is gonna skyrocket. You're also playing 3 Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. So with these in your side deck, it completes all the sisters, you know. You have your Ghost Reaper, Ogre, your Ash Blossom, and who's the other chick? Oh, Glowspell. So you're playing these in your extra deck because it's just so good. You can side it against almost any of the top meta decks right now. You can hit Firewall, you can hit Isolde if you decide to play Isolde in your extra deck, which this deck can because you have Warriors in your deck. Yeah. So you can do that, or you can hit like some of the Knightmare cards. If you're playing against another Spiral deck, you can hit the Spiral Helix. So overall, this card is really good. And here are some of my going first card choices. I'm playing 2 Prohibitions, 1 Called by the Grave, and 2 Sky Striker Mecha Eagle Booster. The reason why I'm playing these instead of just, let's just say, 3 of Called by the Grave, well, that's because I feel like, just my theory, but I feel like Prohibition does that anyways. So instead of, like, you know, playing this and banishing one of their cards, you can, let's say if you draw this and you just play this, you can just call the card. You can just call, like, Ash Blossom, or you can just call Infinite Impermanence if you wanted to. You know, like, I think that this card is very skillful. It's very skillful to play. So if you think that that's something that you want to play against your opponent, you could. Otherwise, you can probably just take these 2 out and play Called by the Grave. But I like to have my options open, so instead of just stopping hand traps, I can stop, you know, traps too, like Infinite Impermanence. Or I mean, you can even call a monster, maybe like a boss monster. One game I played Prohibition and I went against Sky Strikers, and I activated Prohibition and I just called Kagari, and they couldn't play Kagari anymore, and they had to kind of play around it, which is kind of funny. But yeah, I mean, I think definitely Prohibition has a lot of potential. The reason why I'm playing 2 Sky Striker Eagle Boosters in my extra deck is because it kind of serves the same purpose as Prohibition, where you can stop cards like Infinite Impermanence. So, you know, usually when you go off, you get 2 Spiral monsters on the board and you make a double helix. When that happens, when you're activating double helix's effect, they're gonna probably at that point Ash Blossom it, Ghost Ogre it, or Infinite Impermanence it, or Effect Veil. At that point, you can chain to their card, activate Eagle Booster, and target your double helix. And what Eagle Booster does is that it says, if you control no monsters in your main monster zones, target 1 face-up monster on the field. That target is unaffected by card effects this turn, except its own. And if you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard, it cannot be destroyed by battle this turn. So that last portion of the card effect doesn't really matter. What really matters is that this card is unaffected by all card effects except its own, which is crazy. Which means it makes your monster basically immune to everything, and that's crazy. And so that's why I'm playing these. So these kind of act as, I guess you can say, my second and third Call by the Grave. So in a way, these all kind of act the same. So that's why I'm playing these. But you know, maybe this might not be the best. Maybe just playing 3 Called by the Grave is better. I don't know. If you have any thoughts on that, or any suggestions, or maybe it sucks, it really sucks, let me know in the comment below, or maybe I can update this. I was looking forward to improve. So thanks. Alright, that's it for the deck profile. Alright, on to the combo. Alright, so starting off the combo, you only need 2 cards. You only need Spiral Resort and Spiral Super Agent in your hand. If you're playing 3 copies of Terraforming, then you're playing 4 copies of Resort in your deck. So I would say, you know, that's pretty consistent. So if you do open with a Terraforming or Agent, or a Resort and an Agent, then you have your combo. So to start off this combo, I already laid up all the cards there, so it's easier for you guys to just see how it works together. I put the deck up here just for our convenience, and I placed these over here so that we can understand how, you know, the cards are being played out. Yeah, let's get started. Go ahead and activate Spiral Resort first. After activation, you're going to go ahead and activate Resort's effect. That's going to go ahead and add you Spiral Drone to your hand. From here, you do your normal drone agent play. Normal summon your Spiral Drone. Activate its effect to look at the top of your opponent's deck and stack the top 3 cards in any order that you want. Let's just say in this case, maybe we saw that there was a hand trap that was kind of useless, that's going to be useless, and let's say it's a Drone Lockbird. So we're going to go ahead and stack that Drone Lockbird on top of your opponent's deck. From here, you can go ahead and activate Super Agent's effect to declare that Drone Lockbird, calling it a monster, calling it right. You're going to special summon it there. At this point, you're going to go ahead and link summon these 2 off to Spiral Double Helix, to that zone there, an extra monster zone. At this point, you already know what's on top of their deck, so you're going to go ahead and activate Double Helix effect. Declaring the monster, you called it right, so its effect resolves. You can go ahead and special summon Master Plan to the field. You're going to go ahead and activate Master Plan's effect to fetch you Mission Rescue from your deck to your hand. At this point, you want to bring your resort back into your deck, so you're going to do the standard Spiral Knightmare combo. You're going to go ahead and link those two off for a Knightmare Unicorn. When Unicorn summons and hits the field, you're going to activate its on summon effect. So you're going to discard the Mission Rescue as cost to target the resort, shuffle it back to your deck. So shuffle it back. At this point, you're going to go ahead and activate your Mission Rescue Engrave, banish itself, target the Master Plan to special. So you're going to special it here, and you're going to go ahead and activate Master Plan's effect to add Assault to your hand. And from here on out, you want to bring out Knightmare Mermaid. So you're going to go ahead and link out the Unicorn for Knightmare Mermaid. When Knightmare Mermaid hits the field, you're going to activate her effect to discard your Assault as cost, to special summon out Corruptor Ibli onto the field. At this point, you can go ahead and link those two off for a link to Underclock Taker. You want to make sure that the arrow is pointing that way, so you can bring out Underclock Taker if you want. You can, if you're playing Knightmare Cerberus, you can bring out that if you want. I just specifically choose to bring out Underclock Taker just because there's not really enough space for me to play Cerberus in my extra deck, but it's player preference at this point. So summon the Underclock Taker, and then your Master Plan is going to activate in the grave to fetch you a Spiral Resort and a Spiral Monster card from your deck to your hand. So I like to add Resort and Sleeper. And at this point, you want to have Quick Fix in your hand, so you're going to go ahead and activate Spiral Resort. Activate its effect to fetch you Spiral Quick Fix. Here and now, you're going to go ahead and activate the Spiral Mission Assault in your grave. So you're going to go ahead and banish that, banish this, to special summon Quick Fix from your hand to the field. Special summon, Quick Fix is going to now activate his effect to add a Spiral Gear card from your deck to your hand. You're going to go ahead and add Spiral Gear Big Red to your hand. And at this point, you're going to go ahead and activate the Big Red to target your Master Plan in your grave to special it to the field. So, special. Now, you want to activate Master Plan's effect again to add you a Spiral Mission Rescue from your deck to your hand. At this point, you want to link up these two for your Knightmare Goblin. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Special summon Knightmare Goblin. And now Knightmare Goblin's effect is going to activate. You're going to go ahead and discard the Mission Rescue to the grave as cost, so that you can get the additional normal summon. So since Goblin and Undertaker are also co-linked, you get to draw a card off Goblin. So let's just say we draw one. Let's activate Spiral Mission Rescue. We're going to banish that to special summon your double helix from your grave. Special summoning it there. At this point, you want to go ahead and activate your Quick Fix of Engrave. So you're gonna want one of your cards. If one of your cards in your hand is a spell card, ideally at this point you want to discard that spell card to the grave. Otherwise, it's fine too. Let's just say we discarded the Soul Charge to the grave. Special your Quick Fix to that zone here. Fix these together. Alright, so Quick Fix is now going to activate his effect to search again for a Spiral Gear card. Go ahead and add your last resort to your hand. So now you have these two on hand. From here, you're going to go ahead and link these two off. Underclock Taker is link 2, Helix is link 2. So you're going to link for link 4. Link into Firewall Dragon. At this point, you want to activate Firewall Dragons to bounce or add 2 cards from your graveyard to your hand. Since Firewall is going to Goblin and Mermaid, you get to add 2 cards. So go ahead and add Master Plan and Ibli to your hand off the Firewall's effect. And then, actually at this point, you go ahead and activate Drone's effect in Grave 2 to banish itself. and go ahead and banish Big Red to add a super agent back to your hand. It's really important that you do that at this stage of the combo. So now you still have your additional normal summon. So go ahead and summon your Corruptor Iblis onto the field. Summon it there where Goblin's pointing at. Activate Iblis effect. Target your Unicorn, your grave. Just summon it there. The reason why Unicorn works is because Unicorn has a link arrow that points to Iblis and it meets Iblis effect. So that's there. Go ahead and link off Goblin and Iblis for link 3 for target wizard. Since a monster left firewalls the arrow that was pointing at, you could just special summon a monster from your hand. You have leader targets in your hand. Special summon Master Plan to the field. And you're going to activate Master Plan's effect and do Spiral Mission Rescue from your deck to your hand. From here, you want to link up Master Plan and Unicorn, or link 4. So you're going to link into Knightmare Griffin at this point. Go ahead and activate Griffin's on summon effect and Firewall Dragon's effect to special summon. So Griffin, chain 1, discarding rescue as cost. Firewall Dragon, chain 2 to special. So special agent. Griffin effect now resolves to set a spell or trap from your grave to the field. And you have a legal target, which is that spell card we were talking about earlier. So set that. Now go ahead and link your quick fix in Spanish into link variable. You can do an extra link because now they're all co-linked like that. So from here on out, go ahead and just activate rescue, banish, special master plan. Go ahead and link these two off for link 2, Knightmare Phoenix. And if you look at your graveyard, you have exactly 3 targets. Your master plan, super agent, and double helix. So that's 3 monsters, 3 spiral monsters. Go ahead and banish these 3. Summon your boss monster, Spiral Sleeper, that is on there. Go ahead and activate Spiral Gear Last Resort to equip to your Sleeper so that it's immune to destruction and can't die by battle. And yeah, it's pretty much a combo. What I did forget was, now that I'm looking at it, what I did forget was you could have done this actually. You could have activated Iblis effect too when it was sent to the grave the second time to special summon itself to your opponent's side field. So if you did that, that's even better. And I just realized I forgot to draw off of the Griffin as well. So why don't we draw off of that now, so that we can know how much advantage that we are able to kind of get off of the cards that we're playing. So this is pretty much all the cards that you'll have in your field. You know, you have a Knightmare Phoenix to prevent your linked monster from dying from battle. You have a Trigger Wizard for any card negation. You have a Knightmare Griffin that stops all special summon monsters' effect from being used. You have a Sleeper that can pop 2 cards in the field. And you have Knightmare Corruptor Iblis on their side of the field, so that means that they can't special summon any monster unless they link summon. And well, they can't link summon because you're already filling up those 2 spots, and so they can't do that. So at this point, if they want to special summon, they'll have to just go into attack mode and crash into one of your monsters, which is a very sad move actually. Yeah, this is basically your field. If your hand is nutty too, then you're able to get like a hand like this too. It could be random cards, or it could be, you know, you can maybe have an Ash Blossom hand. Maybe you drew into a Gold Spell, or draw a Lockbird, or even a Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit. So I mean, it could be hand traps that you drew off of. Maybe you already had these in your hand. Maybe it could be something different. But then, point of this combo is that, you know, it's only 2 card combo, and you're able to build this board. So I hope you guys enjoy it. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please, you know, comment in the section below, and I'll try my best to get back to you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. See ya.